Hey guys,
Robin. Oh,
Jack.
Robin. Jack. We're the Inwits.
We're the Inwits.
Welcome back.
Yep.
Jack's giving me a ball of lolly, so once again we're gonna have a take or an episode where I'm sucking on a lolly. So deal with it. Shall we get into it?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's start straight away. Okay, first off, I've got an issue.
Oh, it's me too.
Okay.
But you give me your issue
I'm going to give you my issue, then you can give me yours.
Yeah.
Okay. The gameplay's a little less.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not as good or as intense as it was. You know,
As we've had insane, like 3 solid weeks.
of great gameplay.
Yeah.
Great gameplay, right? So with the good players all having pretty much been voted out, except for maybe Jerry, right?
Yeah.
The gameplay's lessened a little bit because it's the pointy end. Now we're down to 4. That sort of raises it up a bit.
Yeah.
You know. So anyway.
So what's your issue? Just the game.
Yeah, the game generally has the gameplay has.
Okay. Wait, how's my buff?
Well,
Is
let's.
it okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I
What
mean,
do you mean? Yeah, sure. I didn't double check it. Anyway,
I just think you need the beer.
it's coming back. It's coming back.
But look, yeah, and that goes to something Tara was, you know, I thought was very amusing in the, I think it was the first tribal, right, of this week. Tara's like, oh, I don't agree with the definition of goat because I've raised goats, you know. She went off on that.
It should be sheep.
It should be sheep.
My girlfriend was saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, why are they calling them goats?
Right.
I'm like, it's been goats for a while.
It's been a long time since, but sacrificial goat, I think, is where it comes
That's
from.
I'm like, I know it comes from somewhere.
It's not about how they're
it's
like
not
an
about being a
animal.
follower, and I knew it wasn't
Right.
there. Yeah, that's it.
It's about you take something with you who is a
But isn't it a
sacrifice.
sacrificial lamb?
Or goat, lamb, whatever. Same sort of thing. Right?
Okay.
Or something. But anyway.
But they're your sacrifice.
Yeah,
too. Okay.
yeah. But anyway, here she is saying they're more like sheep, and I was laughing. I couldn't help myself. I'm like, well, there's a sheep who thinks she's a game player, actually telling Peter. Well, and then she rings up and goes, "Oh, I'm not saying you're a sheep."
Yeah.
What's your point?
My problem I have, and I really have a problem with this. Channel 10, get your bloody act together. Get your act together.
That's right.
Because here
Please.
I was out. I went to see the pop-up globes going on in Melbourne.
Yep.
So I went and saw that Sunday night. Come home, had a really good show. Come back, had to 10 play it.
Yeah.
Jump on 10 play. Dinner's cooking.
Which actually, 10 plays pretty good. But
10 play's pretty good.
That's what I get on my stuff.
Jump on 10 play. Episode still from Tuesday. I'm like, what's going on? Refresh. I'm like, maybe it's a longer episode.
Yeah.
Nothing. Still cooking away.
Yeah.
15 minutes down the track. Check it again. I'm like, how is it not updated yet?
Yeah.
Go to TV Guide. Nothing. No Survivor. Stop taking it away. You gave me 3 episodes to start with. Then you took it back to 2. Then you gave me 3 again. And then you took it back to 2 again. Just give me 3 episodes. That's my issue. That's my issue.
Give us 2. Just keep it standard. You know,
Yeah,
one or the other.
Because you're playing with my heart. You're playing with my heart, Channel 10.
Wow.
And if you're going to play with 3 episodes, just keep it at 3. But if you're going to keep changing it, and you're going to keep getting me excited, just leave it at 2, because then I'm happy. I know what I'm expecting. That's my issue.
No, that's a good issue.
Like Sunday, I was so excited.
I know. Yeah, well, look.
3 episodes, bang, we're getting to the pointy end. Obviously, what happened. We knew, we kind of pretty much called how it was all going to play out. And it is, obviously, the play's getting weaker. But still, we're getting to the end.
Of course.
Don't bring it back to 2.
Yeah.
We're so close. I don't care about NRL. Granted, I'm a big AFL person, and if it was the AFL Grand Final,
let's be honest. Look, here in Victoria, let's be honest, the NRL doesn't really mean a lot, does it?
No, so...
I mean, to us as a viewer, but you've got to
understand... It's Australia-wide. And we want Survivor to get ratings.
That's not it actually at all. It's not about being Australia-wide. You may not know this, but about 10, 15 years ago, right, all the major networks centralised their administration in Sydney.
Okay.
Right. That's why you get equal NRL news with AFL news.
Jack, this is a Survivor channel.
No, but this is weird, right? But it's true. All the news products are made in Sydney. Okay. So they're made from that point of view. So that's why we get NRL news down here all the time.
Yeah, let's get into it. So, we get in standard
rerun from the previous week.
Yeah,
Let's get Locki out. Oh, it's fun to get Locki again.
And you don't really have much of a choice other than Ziggy. And this is
wait. Before we do that,
Loki's
done a really good job winning 3 immunities.
And hold on 2 seconds, actually.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, he's done a great job.
Right? Really?
Hats off to Locki for 3 back-to-backs.
Absolutely.
Like 3 in a row. Like, he is doing... And he came so
close in 4.
To 4 in a row. That would have put him... 4 in a row would have put him in an elite category.
That's what I was about to say. Like, you know, to have somebody go 3... In our second season, to have somebody go 3 up is pretty good. If they had made 4...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you had made 4, he probably would have won the next one.
I know we've seen 3 up 3 in a row quite a few times, but 4 in a row, especially in our season as well. But yeah, Locki is a challenge monster. We've seen
he is. He's a beast.
But the thing is, on top of that, very few have been overly endurance challenges, and not a single puzzle.
I think, Ernest, look, it's a good format because at this stage of the game, you don't want to preference one over the other.
That's true, but yeah, look, I don't mind a one that kind of gives us a bit of all.
Oh no, that's what I mean. It doesn't require a lot of strength, but it still requires the focus and everything. You're still required to have the finer control.
Yeah.
You know, and the good thing about it is, like, you know, it doesn't matter whether you're 100 pounds or 200 pounds.
You're in the shot. That's fair. You know. What we haven't been seeing though, it's something that I don't think we've seen once in this season. But please tell me if I'm wrong, because like we go on and on about how my memory is. A single individual reward challenge. The reward challenge, we've split them up into teams.
Yes.
We haven't had an individual reward
except for
challenge.
the one Michelle won.
That was immunity.
I mean, I know.
With a reward tacked on. We had the past 2 episodes. We only had 2 immunity challenges.
Exactly. You know, in this particular stage of the game, I don't think they should be combining reward and immunity challenges, because the whole point of the reward at this stage of the game is that you get to pick 2 people to go with. And 2 stay behind, right? And this is to mix up the strategizing. It's not there as an actual reward.
Yeah.
The reward is you get to talk to maybe or build a connection with somebody else who you haven't previously to go forward.
That said, right? Having, say, from Michelle getting the strategically getting Jericho and Tara with her. At that point of the game, though, and how everything is shaping up. There's not really much strategy that can be done by taking in this game.
Not in this particular situation.
In other games, 100%.
Like, remember Brad Culpepper picked who he picked to take with him, right? And that turned out to be a pretty good pick.
But in this environment that we're sitting in at the moment, what's going to change?
That's what I mean.
And out of all that, Michelle's the one who's thinking she can. She's the one that thinks, what if?
Yeah, but this is the thing. This is my point. Even though it hasn't played out this season, when the producers plan this stuff, they should not do it that way. That's my point.
Yeah.
Is have the individual immunity, individual reward, then have the immunity after the reward challenge, because things can change then.
Yeah.
As it is when you throw both together, the person's already won immunity, so whatever they've planned, like you make them plan before the immunity is won. Once they've won the immunity, it's easy to plan after you've won the immunity.
Yeah, I know, and you're already, especially the less amount of players you have left, the more power your individual immunity does have. Yes, you're not in complete control, but there's only 3 other people. But yeah, I found it pretty strange that we haven't really seen an individual reward challenge in this season. That I can't remember one.
Normally post-merge,
post-merge you do get a couple of teams. You split up into teams, but then when we narrow down, but then when you get to round 8 and below, it becomes individual reward.
But this time they haven't. They've always split them into teams. Mind you, it's interesting hearing Ziggy, who is an Olympian and knows how to train and knows about nutrition, obviously, right? Talk about how she's just fixated on that lolly jar.
Once the addictive cravings.
But the other interesting thing is, you know, even though Ziggy and Tara bonded over that lolly jar, we saw how much that bond really meant in the end.
Yeah, it didn't mean enough. And look, and I, props to Tara. I'm going to say props to Tara only because, look, she's doing something.
No, look, I will give you this. The lolly jar is the only thing she's done, but good on her.
Look, what I'm getting at is, so we got the lolly jar and then she kind of took out Ziggy, and then we got the whole...
Well, she didn't take out Ziggy so much.
No, she didn't.
All right.
But we'll
get to that.
We get down to, like, well, that's where we're going. And it's like, we get our standoff, you know...
Look, I think this is really interesting. It's very rare you see this in Survivor, right? Where you'll have three on a face-off like that.
Yeah.
One person with immunity, so you know that his supporters, you can only get one of them. It's a 1/3 chance.
Yeah.
But kudos to Michelle, Jerry, and Pete, right? Because they knew that if they put, and this is the great thing about that collective play, they knew if they put enough pressure on Tara,
she'll cave.
She would cave, and they knew that.
This is like, don't get me wrong, in Tara's defense,
she did
she done something that, in my personal opinion, if I was on the jury, can make her never win the game.
Oh, I agree.
But in her mind, she sees it as a strategic play.
That's exactly my point. I was going to say.
No, it's not. You were the weakest one that
You were the weak. This is the thing. And she did it. She looks like she's done it in front of the jury. That jury sat there and watched that whole thing.
Yeah.
And to them, this is what it looks like. They see Michelle, Pete, and Jerry simply sit there and go, no, we're not changing. We're willing to go to rocks. Who caves?
Yeah, Tara caves.
So to them, it doesn't look like Tara did anything. It looks like Tara's actually gone, flee the sinking ship.
And I can kind of see what Tara's trying to, like.
I do too. She thinks she's made a, like, she thinks she's claimed the scalp.
Yeah, it's
to the jury, like Henry.
And I get it.
Yeah, but to people like Henry, Sarah, Tessa, right? Jared, all these other good game players sitting on that thing, they know what that was. That was a cave, not a scalp.
Yeah, and that's fear. And you're just showing a lot of fear. Like, you put, no, we're strong, but you flipped.
Yeah.
Flipping's irrelevant. It's the fear that you show that you weren't strong enough. Whereas the other three stayed strong. And
they're strong, man.
And they just sat there, and I love that. And when Locki goes up to Jerry and is like, come on, Jerry, you're taking a risk. And Jerry's like,
I love risks. Oh, I love the way... Look,
I love risks. I'll take a risk.
The way Jerry dealt with Locki in that episode was fantastic.
Because Locki, and this is why I want to know what we're missing. Because Locki's doing something right.
No, he's also doing something incredibly wrong. Yeah. And Peter, to his credit, in that tribal, actually summed it up in really good work.
The first one.
Peter said, you don't work with Locki, you work under him.
Yeah, exactly.
And this goes all the way back to the very beginning of the season when Amy got voted out. Mm-hmm. And the reason that AK was able to get Amy out was because everybody in that tribe was just sick of working under him.
Yeah, and that's
a failure of social.
Yeah, that is a flaw on his behalf. Like, don't get me wrong, I did have a moment where in the second episode I went, oh God, I'm getting a bit of a Locki Jerry bromance.
I did too.
I'm bloody loving it. I'm like, oh my God,
you know,
this is not good.
But I just finished that comment off with one last thing. Jerry summed up what a Survivor is about in that tribal. He said, it's a social game, you've got to win the social game. And he said the real arena of Survivor is here in this tribal. And that's what Survivor is. If you're not playing a social game back at camp, you do not survive in the arena of tribal. Yeah. And that's where Locki's failed. All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Because Locki's so used to being in control.
Yep.
And that's what we say, like, it's okay to be in control, but you also need to let other people on. You want to be in control, but you also want people to think that you are working, you're all equal. And when it becomes cool, I've got the necklace, this is what we're doing. The commanding nature of that is going to be your downfall.
The domineering nature.
Yeah.
And I still go back to Brad Culpepper with Debbie.
Yeah.
It was just so brilliant that she actually thought it was a democracy.
Yeah.
And Brad was calling all the shots. It was just brilliant.
Because it's just the art of manipulation.
So really, you can put up, and look, this is a great comparison actually. I know I'm talking about an American season perhaps a lot of our viewers haven't seen, right? Which was last American season.
Yeah, surely they've seen it.
But we've got our series on that, and they could watch it if they like.
Oh, they're watching it. They're loving it. You guys are loving it, aren't you? Yeah.
But actually, look at Brad Culpepper and look at Locki. They're both big physical threats. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you have a look at the game style of Brad Culpepper compared to Locki.
Exactly.
Opposite. But then look at Brad Culpepper the first time he was in the show. Similar.
Yeah, and this is coming from someone like, and let's Locki said stuff in the second episode, which was, that I'm not. Yeah, the $5,000 is up for grabs. $500,000 is up for grabs. But it's the title of Sole Survivor. Like, that's why.
Oh, look, I love that when I heard that. I love that.
And I'm like, yes. So he does. He is. Part of me goes, yeah, he knows the show. He knows he has some knowledge of it, but maybe just not enough knowledge to be able to step back and say, and see his flaws in what he's doing. Whereas Brad came in, guns blazing, was not very liked the first season.
Not at all. Not at all.
Second time round, he was a champion.
This would be my point then. If Locki ever gets an invitation to come back to some sort of returning season, right?
Yeah.
Go watch Brad Culpepper in Game Changers, season 34 of American's Five, and model yourself on that.
Or just,
he would be a fantastic
or just
player.
sit there and go, okay, what let me down? Oh yeah, I was in too much. I was kind of in control. Like, watch your own season again,
exactly,
and see where you were letting yourself down.
Well, have a look at this. Tara, right? Who is he's acknowledged it himself, has been his mate all the way through the show.
Yeah.
Right? She was willing to turn on you.
Mm-hmm.
You got to look at that and go, why? And she'll tell you, because she already has. If you look at the footage, she didn't like your domineering style.
Yeah, and too much of a threat.
Too much.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
I think it was
style.
mainly the domination, though. She just couldn't stand that you're voting for, and this is the way we're going to do it.
Yeah, but I just think everyone keeps talking about how he's going to win, and if he gets to the end, he'll win. He's got to have something else that we're not. Like, I don't think he's done enough. I think he's played a
compared
good
to
game.
those left. If he had have made the end, the only competitor he had was Jerry.
Yeah, agree.
Right?
Agree.
The other three would just not. And look, credit to Locki in the second one, right? In the second tribal. He called it the way it is.
Yeah.
Right? He was telling them, you're all goats.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really the only threat here.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and that was completely true.
What did you think? Yeah. See, I think Jerry's played a very, very good game. It's been from day one. He's been playing a great little game.
And the other great thing for Jerry is this: I know for a fact that as soon as Luke hit that villa, right, Luke would have been going, "Oh yeah," and then Jerry came up with this plan, and we did that, and Jerry did that. You know what I mean? He'll be boosting Jerry to the rest.
Yeah, like it was interesting when Locki was saying that, Tara, you've done your strategy. I love you, girl. I'll be voting for you.
Yeah, he goes, you've played a great game. I'm like, what? All she did was follow people around.
Yeah, she started to play a bit later on. I don't dislike her as much as I did at the start. No. Like, she's grown on me in a sense of like, yeah. And I sit there and go, yeah, I see what you're trying to do. It's just that's not how it's being perceived. In my eyes, that's not how it's being perceived.
No, it's not how it's being perceived.
It's not strategy, it's not anything.
The problem for Tara is that she hasn't actually developed the strategy and brought it through to a result.
Yeah, and it also, like, Tara's the one who was like, we got to get Locki. This is going to be my big move. I'm going to get Locki. Locki wins. Yeah. Locki wins. Locki wins.
Well, this is the thing, yeah.
So now Locki's gone. It got to a point where that was just the obvious choice. Like,
but that's the thing.
It's no longer her scalp.
As I said last episode, it was never her scalp.
It never was, no.
Because she goes, this is my big move. I've got to get Locki because he's too much. He's going to win if he gets it. Everybody else had come to that conclusion too. Yeah. And everybody was on the same page with the Locki vote.
Yeah, so it's not, it wasn't, it becomes a dead vote, really.
Well, in fact, as we talked about the way Tara looks in that tribal, as it stands at the moment, Michelle, Jerry, and Peter can rightfully stand up if they're in the final four and go, well, we got out Locki. Yeah. Tara's just left with, oh, I got out Locki.
And we got out Ziggy by helping Tara come across.
Yeah,
right? Like, you know, she doesn't
those three get more of a claim than anything Tara can say.
Yeah, I don't think she's got enough. And that's the strange thing about this season, where there are, theoretically, there's one threat in the game in my eyes. There's only one left, and which is a strange thing. It doesn't come down to three threats.
No.
And somehow the goats of the game
have gotten together.
Have managed to outlast 99% of our big game strategy players. Is it because, if we think about it, is it because, say you think of Dave and Zeke going head to head?
Yes.
Well, I've got my troops, and Jericho's been talking about it, like, the armies come together, I need to rally my armies. I've got my troops, and this time around, I have mine, you have yours, but instead of going for underlings, I've gone for you. Yes. And then they've come for me. Yeah. And then the people who have been, it's just been this weird, let's remove every single bit of power in the game. Yeah, Ziggy I obviously I'm a big Ziggy fan.
I know, look, I think...
But she did weaken as the strategy side of... her strategic game wasn't strong enough to hold off. There was none. There was no strategic game. She had a great social game, and she had a great physical game.
Yeah, but no strategic game
the strategic game of hers was missing, and it just showed. Like, it just showed so much.
But this is the thing. I don't think it was actually it weakened. I think what happened was her game was the same as when she started. Right? It's just that as we got down the sharper end, it became more evident she didn't actually have a strategic game.
Yeah, and because of that, like, I don't call her a goat per se.
Neither do I, but it's
sheep,
sort of
whatever you want to call her. But it's like, I feel what it is like, because we've got these other people who are wallflowers, who aren't really noticed, where Ziggy is noticed for her physicality, and she is just, from what we've seen, she's just been a strong social presence. People love her.
Yeah, look, everybody likes
her, and it's not that they don't love the others, but having 2 out of 3 and not having the third at all. She had zero strategy.
Like, if you look at her, her idle play's been horrible.
It's just, both idle plays were pointless.
Yeah.
The strategy behind every move she did exposed her threat level more, because if you are like that and you do have a strategic brain behind you, you can work the game to your advantage, where she did not work anything. She just went out.
Well, look,
in a way, it's like, well, there's no one else to vote for. We come to it.
Here's a case in point. Like Ziggy.
Like, why even get rid of Ziggy? Just because she does a physical threat?
Well, that's what they did in the end. They just sort of went, well, it's got to be Ziggy because she's a physical threat. Yeah. But I think it was Tara actually brought up this good point. But don't we want to keep Ziggy around because she's the best chance to win against Locki? And to that, nobody really had an answer.
Well, but that's the thing, is like, people are like, well, Locki can't win them all.
Yeah.
And as soon as he doesn't, he's gone.
But nobody actually ever sat there and went, yeah, Tara, or no, Tara, because, right?
Yeah.
But this is the thing about Ziggy, right? Like, and we've talked about this before, like, Ziggy should have been pushing that point all through her tribal life, that she's going to be the best way of getting Locki out by winning.
But she was with Locki, and she never moved against Locki. She stayed there, and she just stayed there for the slaughter. She stayed there.
She actually stayed there as that sacrificial lamb.
There was a zero, like, there was, like, even if it gets that point, it's like, you know what? My name's, and we talked, I think we mentioned this last week, or the week before when with Luke. It was like, I'm in the firing line.
Yeah.
Let's remove myself from the firing line.
That's right.
Let's scramble.
Yeah.
Don't just sit there and sit her like, it's like, we're going to go to a 3-3 tie. I'm going to be safe. They're still voting for you. Things can happen.
This is what I couldn't believe. Ziggy's like, it's going to be a 3-3 tie. Ziggy could have changed that all up back at Tribal. Pre to the Tribal. She could have actually gone to him, look, I'm your best chance for getting Locki out.
I want Locki out. You want Locki out.
Michelle and Jerry, let's get rid of Tara.
Yeah,
she's
scramble.
The weakest.
Like, this is a point where, like, scrambling is not always a good thing, but definitely not a bad thing. You want to try and stay in the game.
You got to give yourself another day. Who cares if it's not dignified?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Crawl
through shit if you have to.
Exactly, right.
You got to do what you got to do to survive. And what did you do this time? You sat there. You sat there and hoped for a 3-3 split, which would make you immune from the rocks.
Well, this is what she said when she came to phone. She's like, and this is unbelievable. Oh, I hope we go to rocks, then I'm safe. I'm like,
that is not how you play Survivor, Ziggy.
That is not a good strategy.
Shit, I'm up for elimination. Yeah. They're going to vote me out. The tribal, my torch will be snuffed. What can I do? If it goes to 3-3, sweet. But I went to them and said, what else can we do?
Exactly. That's the thing. Ziggy's let it go to this 3-3 vote, right? Assuming Tara's with her all the way. I'd be sitting there going, oh, if Tara flips, I'm out.
And look,
I better do something.
That could be a credit to Tara bringing her in on the lollies. And just making Ziggy, who has no strategy at all, sit there and go, you know what?
Oh, no,
I'm getting lollies.
You're correct, right? Because she has no strategy. But
I'm not saying Tara's strategy is great, but it's like when someone who has no strategy and someone who's trying something, it does look like master strategy, but it's not.
But this is my point. Ziggy should have been sitting there going, oh, hell, why leave this to chance? I'm going to round up Michelle and Jerry, right? We can vote Tara here and Peter, right? We can vote Tara here, right? I can flip. I can go to them. I can actually be in a strong position because I'm the best threat against Locki.
Yeah.
Right? Instead, she just sat there and went, yeah, I'm with Locki.
Yeah, like, what are you, Locki's got immunity and you're safe. Like, you're not safe.
You're not.
It's like, what are you doing? Like, they're coming for you.
If they're not going to get Locki, they're going to think next physical threat.
Yeah, it was basically like we put the blindfold on her, stood her in front of the black dot and firing squad.
Look,
just came along.
I actually don't know how often she's watched the show. I don't think she's ever actually said in any of the one-on-ones she's watched it before, right?
Yeah, I don't think she's watched much of
That's what I was about to say. She may be...
She may have watched last season of Australian Survivor, and that isn't going to get
that isn't anywhere. Right?
That is
nowhere.
Right. As much as I loved it, there was like
no, it was horrible. Except for Phoebe.
Yeah, the gameplay was really weak.
Poor gameplay all round, right?
Whereas, like, you know, we've got to where we are in this episode, where we've got so many game players, which is, like we keep saying, it's so weird, or this episode, that it's so weird that we have one left. We had many game players, and now we've got one game player.
Ziggy basically sat there and just waited for the axe to fall.
Yeah, and look, and this is the thing.
Just no good.
Even if you had no option, even if it was you going home, at least do something. I mean, we go to the next episode, Locky's starting to these rumors going, I've got an idol. It's a try something.
If, you know, we go back to this a lot in our commentary and prior to our commentary and you know, before we start recording all this, but the idea is if you think you're up, right, go and try anything. Look at Michelle, and she did it pretty well, right? Say, even if you don't get the name off you, sow doubt.
Yeah.
Say somebody else is the threat. Say something.
And it is so much harder when there's less numbers. Michelle had even numbers to kind of work with.
Yeah.
But now it's like Locki doesn't have much to work with, and it's hard.
It's hard, but you go to any American season, it's the same thing. You'll see people who will come back knowing it's them and do nothing, and then you'll see other people come back, and even if they can't get their name off the list, at least they try to put somebody else's on.
And I think, and I give credit to Locki for trying something when I look at Ziggy for not trying anything at all. Yeah, I don't rate his attempt.
Before we go there, let's just wrap it up by saying, so at the end, Ziggy goes home because Ziggy didn't actually try anything, right?
No, she didn't.
She basically meekly accepted her fate. Pretty much.
And hoped for it. Yeah, well, she accepted that it was going to be a tie.
Yeah.
And in what person's mind would they go, and this is
drawing
why,
rocks.
Yeah, there's 3 people that will be up for a potential elimination with this rock draw. Surely one of them is going to be afraid or too afraid to go there and go away. We don't see rocks drawn very often. Does that thought process not go through her head?
But the problem I have with Ziggy is this: is look at your numbers, right? You've got Peter, Jerry, and Michelle. What's the benefit in them flipping? There is no benefit to them flipping because they know they can't work with Locki.
Yeah.
That's what the whole beef is.
Yeah, and this is the thing, it's like, but if you just go over there, they're going to be a number. Well, if they just come to you, they're going to be
a number, right?
There is no... The fear game, the fear tactic that they played was perfect,
right? But that's what I mean. She should have looked at the side and then looked at her side, right? Well, Locky's going in. He doesn't care. Which leaves you and Tara.
And...
all you had to do was sit there and look at Tara and go, this is the person I'm counting on.
Yeah,
I better go and talk to Michelle and Jerry right now.
And on top of that, look at your 3. Okay, so it's you, it's Tara, it's Locki.
Yep.
Last episode, who did you want out?
Yeah.
You wanted the core member of your alliance out. So you aren't at all solid like they are solid.
You haven't got what you think you've got.
Yeah, just because he's got a necklace and you can't vote him out today. Yeah. That's it. That's why you're with him.
But she's sticking with Tara and Locki for no reason. This is what I don't understand.
It was really poor. Another failure in a poor strategic game.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas someone like Pete, who's doing not much that we get to see, and he says he's doing his subtle things. He might be doing something that we're not seeing, but it's not enough. Right. What he's doing is maybe hanging people's washing out so they don't have to do it and they like it.
That's alright, I don't know.
Or I'll wash your bowl.
That's alright.
Oh, I got them now. They can't get rid of me.
Well, I do notice he does seem to take the cutlery down to the beach quite a bit.
Yeah, and does a bit of washing. I'll wash up the dishes, guys. Don't you worry, because you can't get rid of me because these dishes will remain dirty.
That's right. We have seen Locki at his best, actually.
That was we got to see Locki tried. Locki.
This is the thing. Locki was not going to give up on that necklace.
We've got a complete opposite here, haven't we?
Yeah, exactly. Like you could compare Ziggy to Locki.
Ziggy, nothing. Locki straight away goes, I know they're coming for me. If I don't win, I got to do something. How can I put some doubt in people's mind that I have an idol? Get people back on my side.
I love it. Look, I think he made a mistake actually pulling out the clue. Right?
Yeah.
There's this. if you're going to say you got an idol, do it subtly and make sure that people sort of catch you at it. Don't just come out and go, I've got an idol.
This is where you have to start to really ramp up your acting.
Exactly.
Because right now, if you just start walking around with confidence, and cool. Who do you guys want to vote? Because I'm not going home. Like, if you could just play it cool.
That would have been far better than, I've got an idol. If he had just walked around and just gone, yeah, sure, whatever, and not talk strategy to anybody, people would have sat there and gone, hey, why is he so confident?
Yeah.
And then it would have dawned on Michelle, somebody would have gone, oh, hey, he's got an idol.
Exactly.
And that would have changed their vote.
Yeah.
Totally, right?
Yeah, it's a tough one to do.
Oh, very
it's tough. But that's the way to do it, to make sure people, to not show people you've got something that could be an idol, or, do the standard bulge and hide a bulge in your bag or something, but then they can look through your bag.
The problem for Locki is this, and we talk about this a lot in our episodes about how people should play. Locki's behaviour changed.
Yeah. And they noted that, where,
Peter.
Yeah, well, Peter pushed for it when he didn't win immunity. So
exactly. Peter on that beach was like,
nah,
I don't believe you. And he was right on the money, and this is the problem for Locki. He changed his way, his behaviour.
And there is those certain things where, like, you go to the just missing the challenge.
Yeah. And
how frustrated he knows. Like, if you're just like, shit, good, like, well done, but I'm cool, I'm still safe anyway. If you don't know that if you don't sit there and go, that challenge has cost me the game, which he did that.
He did.
Went, I've just lost a car, I've just lost $500,000, I've just lost Soul Survivor.
Yeah.
All in 2 seconds.
Yeah. But this is the thing. And I remember they were talking amongst themselves, right? And Tara, I think, was the one that said, oh no, at the end of that challenge, when they were talking about what he had, and it was Tara, she said, oh no, at the end of that challenge, he was gutted. You could see it on his face. And for Tara to be able to pick that up, right?
Because she was also going, no, he's definitely got one. I saw the clue.
Exactly, right?
He's got to have the idol because I saw the clue.
But she saw how devastated he was. His behaviour changed.
Yeah,
and that's what killed him.
That's
if he had lost that and gone, just sat there and go, oh wow.
And look, it's hard to do because it's moment to moment. Yeah. It's moment to moment.
And when you're in the moment.
Yeah, and like that is it. That's really tricky to pull that off when you are you don't have one. But if you needed it.
But the thing is, like you've pointed out, if he had sat at the end of that challenge and gone, oh well, just like that. Oh,
yeah. And you think you need it? Look, I'd love to win it today, Jonathan. I'd love to win it, but if I don't need it, but I'd love to win it.
If he had a flippant attitude about losing, they would have all went, he's definitely got 9.
It's like, look, I'd really like to win. I'd like to win 4 in a row. If I don't, my run come to an end. But that's okay.
He should have won.
We'll go on and then I'll just win the next one.
Yeah. When that thing dropped in 2 seconds late, he should have just gone, okay. And then gone over to Michelle and gone, wow, look, you probably needed that.
Yeah, exactly. Bang. Yeah, because we were coming for you.
Yeah, because we were. You know what I mean? Just make it look like, I don't care.
Yeah, and look, it's really hard to play. It would have been great to see. Would have been great to see. But
well, actually, if he had pulled it off, would have been that would have set him above everybody else. That would have been a fantastic.
That would have been a great play to pull this idol. And then at the end of the day, if anyone has an idol, and if he had made a fake one or something, he stands up and goes, look, I've got this one. Yes. I made it. It's not actually real. Yeah. Or I don't know what. Or he just held on to it.
No, look. This is a great thing. At the end of that tribal, right? If he had got them to vote for, let's say, Peter, which is who he wanted, right? He could have actually ended because he wouldn't have pulled out the idol.
No.
When it came to it, and they would have. Like you saw the look on Michelle's face when you didn't pull it out.
Yeah.
She realised, I've just made a huge error here.
Yeah, huge strategic move, and now put myself on a really bad
situation, right?
Next tribal.
But if he had not pulled that idol out, he could have then said in front of the jury, and I'm sure that Locki is quite capable of thinking this and doing this, could have just said in front of the jury, wow, you wanted to vote me out, but I got you all to vote Peter because you all thought I had an idol.
Yeah.
He could have said that.
He could have. I do think it would have been really tough to play, but it's possible. It's 100% possible. And what he was going for, I don't think it was wrong. I just think he didn't execute it well enough. It was, the thing with like when Pete confronted him, show me the idol. You say you got it buried, we'll dig it up. I can't do it because we want to make you feel
like
there's doubt there. We want to put the doubt. Like Locki, man, that's just not.
It was weak.
It was weak.
Like you've said, the execution was poor, but the thinking behind it was first class.
Yeah, if something like again, I know you don't have anything to do. Like I know him and Pete had a really strenuous relationship. They didn't get along, so it's not like who do you want to vote out, but it's like, but you instead of going, look, it was too late for Locki the way he approached the concept in what he was trying. His Hail Mary play could work, but it's a Hail Mary, so he's approached it in a terrible way.
No, I think your first comment was quite right. His idea was good. The execution was just horrible.
Yeah, execution was horrible. So, but if he had executed it better, rather than going to Tara going, hey, I got an idol, I was like, sit there and just be like, we're safe tonight. Who do you want to vote out? And not go like, it doesn't matter who wins. So even if it's like, if I win or if you win immunity, I can play.
Yeah. That's another way he could have done this without actually saying I've got an idol. He could have gone to Tara and gone, look, girl, me and you, we've made it this far.
Yeah.
How about we vote out Petey? And Tara would have said, no, look, we don't have the numbers. Those three are going to hang tough.
Like,
and then all he has to do...
He's like, we don't need the numbers.
Yeah, that's all he had to say was, don't worry, we don't need the numbers. Just me and you's enough. That would have been enough for Tara to go, he's got an idol.
Yeah, and and that all that sort of stuff. And it's hard because Tara did want Locki out, so that becomes a tricky thing. But if Locki went to Michelle, because Michelle was the one who did, I don't know how it would have played out. But when it gets back to the beach with him and Pete, he has to, rather than make it like I've got the idol, he has to start progressing. He has to start playing.
I'll move beyond that.
Yeah, I've already got the idol. Who do you want to go home tonight? I know you want me, but I'm not going.
Yeah, exactly.
Who can we get together? You and me.
He let Peter keep him stuck on about the idol, right? Yeah. What he should have said, look, I don't want to talk about the idol. I know where that is, right?
Yeah.
That's all he had to say about that whole thing.
You want to see, I'm not going to be an idiot to show you my idol, but who do you want out?
Yeah, that's right. All he had to do was move beyond it and go, look, I want to get rid of Tara. How do you feel about it? Who do you want out?
Who do you want out? It's not like it's tough. It's really tough. But at least he tried something. At least he gave it a shot. And that was a bit of strategy that I saw from Locki.
Look, to tell you the truth, I haven't actually been that impressed. I think he's played a great physical game.
Great physical game. And I don't think he's played a terrible social game. I thought his social game is okay, like him and Henry. And I think there's been some okay social game there's no strategy there. It's just being friends, getting on board.
His domineering attitude is like, that is a failure, and that's a
failure.
social.
It is, but it's not like, I'm not saying he's got a great social game, but I don't think he's got a terrible social game.
But this is actually the first real strategic thinking I've seen from Locki, and it's a shame that
we haven't seen anymore. He's probably done more. We just haven't got to see it.
It's a shame that when he was on the bottom with AK, we didn't sort of see this gameplay.
Yeah.
Because if he had played like that, it would have been similar to Tessa then. Once she got thrown on the bottom, we actually started to see what Tessa was capable of.
Yeah.
When Locki got thrown on the bottom, he was, and credit to the four alliance of Jared, Ziggy, Peter, and Tess, right? They kept him around thinking he was part of that alliance, even though he didn't know he was on the bottom there, because we know with his paranoia, if he thinks he's on the bottom, it goes a lot further. But
exactly.
They kept him comfortable enough thinking he's in that alliance that. And I actually thought he didn't have any strategic thought at all, but this episode I've actually seen some from him, and I was sort of like, why didn't you show us that earlier?
Yeah, so I wasn't, because I started off really, really liking Locki right from the very start of the season.
Oh, I thought he was going to be...
Just because I love, I say it every week, I say it almost as much as I beg Channel 10 to get me on the show. Almost as much. But I really love great physical competitors. And he was like, I loved when he's like, stack on my wood, rah! I love that. But his strategy, there was a little bit of weakness that I was kind of, that side, which I ended up loving the Luke and Jericho.
Oh, of course.
Because I'm getting really good strategic minds.
That's
here.
right, yeah.
Whereas Locki didn't have a strong enough strategic brain.
No, I thought he would play a great physical game, and he has.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, his 3-run was terrific. Like, that memory test.
Yeah, and that's the thing, it's like, and it's not using his greatest asset, which is his strength. None of them were using, this is something we were like, no, if something comes along that isn't pure physical strength and might be an endurance challenge, he's out. Ziggy will outdo him because he has failed on the endurance. But so these challenges, it's getting through. The one he lost on him, he almost was like keeping the balance, so he doesn't tip the dominoes over. Do this, and he's like, I could have gone for hours. That's not strength. Yeah, there's a bit of muscle, but it's
that's just endurance.
It's just
and focus.
Yeah,
and
it's just a focus thing.
I was actually surprised because I actually thought Ziggy would just nail him on that one.
Oh, okay, I didn't.
Right, because she has focus. She knows what focus
yeah,
is.
but I still think muscle fatigue comes into this a little bit.
Yeah, but she's used to pushing through
this looks
fatigue.
weird,
Yeah, I know it does, right?
This
Yeah,
looks really weird.
but Ziggy had, and we've seen it so much from her before, that anytime you're going to push into where she's going to suffer a lot of pain and endurance, she's top notch. She maintains focus.
It's interesting how. But so he did do some really good things in the individuals.
Oh yeah, no question. He's played a great physical game.
What do you think about the car?
I don't think they should be giving away a car just for a challenge.
Neither do I.
Throw it in at the end. Like whoever wins the $500,000 gets the car,
or fan favourite.
That's what I was about to say. Open up to the fans and say, okay, this is who the jury selected as, the winner. That's fine. But out of all the cast,
who's fan favourite?
Who do you want to see win a car? And you just vote for everybody.
Yeah, because that said, I don't think we've been seeing, even in the American reunion show, I can't remember the past 2 seasons if we've had a fan favourite. I think they've removed fan favourite recently.
They have. Like, you're quite right. Like, both times Jeff's never said, oh, and by the way, all of you voted for.
Yeah, because there was the $100,000 check or whatever it was that went to the fan favourite, but that hasn't been around for a little while. The car was a bit weird to me.
I know, it was just out of nowhere.
It just looks like it just doesn't fit
to be honest, to me,
it's not Survivor to me. I stand by my vote.
I'm still going Jerry.
Jerry wins. That said, though, to throw the spanner in the works, like I feel Jerry is the most deserving winner there.
But I'm not sure he can talk as well as some of the others that are there.
But we go back to last season. Christy played what looked like a pretty poor game, but I still rate her final tribal. I rate it something chronic.
Oh, but look,
I am just like, yes, Christy, you came out and hit a home run. If you're going to hit one home run through this season,
the one to do.
That's the one to hit. What are you thinking? Like, is there a possibility that we'll see something similar from season 1 where? Because I
think
see Jericho not
has
winning.
The capacity to actually sit there and talk that check into her hand.
Yeah, okay.
I think she can out-talk Jerry.
Locky's argument is like you want to go in there with the best.
Look.
In a utopian world, you want to play the best, but then you're the idiot that bought the guy that beat you.
Like you said, it's in him. He's a fighter. He's going to win against.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like when I get the chance to play, I feel like that's how I want to go there as well. I feel like I don't want to be sitting next to someone who I can just easily beat, but at the same time, am I the idiot who would bring...
No, you do not make $1 million mistake like Brad. Kudos to Locki, right? Even in that tribal, he was fighting in the sense of he's sitting there and going, okay, they all think I'm a threat. They're right? Yeah. But let's try and sell them that you want to be sitting next to a threat because the jury will respect it, right? Yeah. I mean, he didn't sit there silently and just accept it like Ziggy did.
Yeah, he tried 2 things.
He tried 2 things. He tried the idol, I've got an idol. He tried, I'm the best, take me with you, right?
Yeah.
He didn't go down, he swung all the way.
Yeah.
Right? He went out playing every shot he could.
Agreed. Yeah.
Good on him. Well played.
Yeah.
Bad result.
Yeah, bad result, and that happens. Right. That's the game.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as you put in some effort. That wraps us up for this episode. We'll be back on Saturday with episode 2 of American, of Heroes, Healers, Hustlers, which I'm looking forward to.
I am too. It's the starting of a season, so it's all
new. And the ending of one, starting of a new one, so we're going straight on in. So please tune in, watch, subscribe, like, comment.
Dislike, comment.
Do whatever. If you want
get a buff.
Ask us if you want a buff, we'll send it to you. Yeah. We'll check the emails today when we edit and send out whatever we need to send out. Anyway, that's it. I'm Robin.
I'm Jack. We're the Inwits.
We'll see ya in a couple of days.
See ya.